but I never gave you, right? Cool. It's good for you. You'll get the marks because if you know the lecture and if you've taken the points, obviously you will do good in the quiz and practical exam. If you don't have the video with you, good luck. Then you should remember all the steps that we're about to do, right? So there you go. And let's go ahead. You have VMware Workstation started, right? Let's go to click the home button. I'm sure you guys are all smart. So I am hoping you won't be asking very basic questions, sir. What is VM, or how did you give RAM there? So, but every question is welcome. Don't worry, I will answer as long as it is for for the topic. It's related to the topic. Every question is welcome. Don't hesitate to ask any question. Right? I'm here to help you. So home here, and let's click the create new virtual machine. So let's click that. You got 15, right? I got 14. That's not fair. Okay, anyway. So let's click next. Anyone not on this screen, let me know. And are you able to see that? Yeah, okay. But I'll just make it magnifico. So okay, so obviously you should be clicking that installer disk image and go for browse and go for the Windows Server 2012. Anyone? Well, maybe it's too late, but do you have Windows Server 2016 as well? No, right? No. Got it. Okay, because there's a concept of nested virtualization. That is called virtualization inside virtualization. So for that, I'll be giving you some workaround to get that HyperV installed here. Anyway, so you got 2012 here. I also got 2012 here, not HyperV. Do I have it? No. Oh yeah. Alright guys, so let's click next. Do we all see this screen? So put your full name here. Full name here. And your college ID. Put your full name here. Oh, well, if the full name is very long, go for first name and college ID. If the full name is very long, don't go for full name then. Your first name and college ID. We all remember our college ID, right? Cool. So, and does it show here server 2012 R2 data center? It shows there, right? So if you've put in your first name or full name and your college ID, then that's your screenshot number 1.
With data center showing?
With data center showing and your name and ID showing there. Yeah.
It doesn't show data center for me. It will drop down.
Oh yeah. So guys, if it does not show you data center, see this? Go ahead and drop down and go for R2 data center.
No, like it doesn't show the drop down at all.
At all. Okay. What does it show you?
Nothing. It's just product key and then goes to name right away.
Oh. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. So if you don't see data center, your ISO version is different than mine, which is okay, no big deal. So just put your first name and the college ID and take a screenshot. The data center not showing is okay. Yes, sir.
Still remember as a password or just with the full
So we're not going to be giving any password. But have we taken a screenshot here? The label of the screenshot is. So yes. I'm going to go slow and please ask any question. Don't hesitate to ask any question, right? So here I'm going to show this screenshot 1 equals, and that is name of Windows VM. So you need to label your screenshot. There are only 10, right? So you need to label your screenshot. So screenshot number 1 name is name of Windows VM, and later when 10 screenshots are there, what do? We put them all in MS Word document and we upload it to DC Connect, right? DC Connect. Okay. Sorry? PDF is okay as well. Yeah, sure.
Is it first and last name and then student number, or just first name and then student number?
First name and student number would be okay. So everyone got screenshot number 1. Any questions on that? So far so good. Easy, right? Easy stuff. Well, okay, we're good, right? Any questions? Let me know. No. Okay. Well, that was easy. So let's go ahead. So that's screenshot number 1. Suppose before 4 o'clock we have 10 screenshots done. Bye bye. If 4 o'clock is there, obviously bye-bye anyway. So, okay guys, screenshot number 1 is there, and I just need exactly the same screenshot, so nothing different, right? Yes, sir.
So what you just showed us was the name of the user, not the name of the VM, right?
Yeah, that's just a label that I put, but you're right about that.
Okay.
It's the name of the user. So guys, can we change that? If you don't, if it's too late already, so you can name of Windows user, we can say, inside of VM. But if you're unable to change that now, maybe you some technical difficulties, then previous one is okay. Otherwise, this you can change into. Yes, sir. No product key here. We're gonna go for trial version, and yeah, that's okay. So we'll be. You do you have the product key?
Yeah. We all do.
I have to go look for it.
Yeah.
So how did you from Microsoft Imagine, right?
No, it's our some of
Supplied
our
by
previous network on the class.
So I gave it to us.
The prof gave it to you. The product key from.
Those times.
Oh, you know what? I need to pause that. I just know this much French. I was saying French, Spanish. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead, guys. And here, let's. If you see this and you're good, you take a screenshot. Let's go click next. If you have put in the key, it's okay. And go ahead. If you don't have it in screenshot, don't worry. And well, okay, that's a prank on me. Actually, you can see that there's a message there, and I have to really select that.
Holy cow.
Seriously, how did it happen? I have no idea. But in George Brown, George Brown 3 classes, they all saw that. They were like laughing like crazy. So, okay, I don't know how I pull it off. So, press, I'm gonna press yes, and you should be seeing this screen, right? Okay, so that's your virtual machine name. So now what we can do is dash your first name, dash Virt2200, dash, okay, what else? Durham College, Oshawa, Canada, Earth. Okay, no, what else? That's the starting date here. Today is January 10, right? So 10 Jan 20, that's it. So we would know that when we create this machine and which course it belongs to. And if you have multiple drives there, you can go for the one that is SSD. Do plan that SSD solid state drive. It's really fast. When we install big applications, that SSD will be your heaven, right? It will just start. Okay, anyway, so it's C drive. That's it. But you have put in that name, right? So now that would be your machine name. So go ahead, take a second screenshot here. If it's exactly this format, take a second screenshot. And that's the name, the label that we gave before. And that would be, so I'll just put that here as well. That's VM now. So screenshot number 2. Oops. Oh, what's wrong with my copy paste? Control C, Control V. It's a VM now. And 2. So 8 more to go. Wow, cool. Hey, we don't have break here, right? In 2 hours. Normally I take 4-hour class and then we have a 20-minute break. 2 hours is like, just take.
Where do you have 4-hour classes?
George Brown, Humber, 4-4.
Are they like fast tracks or something?
No.
Fast track courses?
Same like this. We need to, if I stay here, this will change. We will have a 3 hours or 4-hour class.
None
We
of
need
us
to
want
learn.
that. None of us want that.
Did you click next or no?
Well, guys, is the screenshot number 2 there?
I got mine, yeah.
Okay, so that's it. I'm on this page. Everyone on this page? So we're going slow now because we are trying to understand the format. Then we're going to go faster. But I want everyone to be on the same page and understanding as well what are we doing and why are we doing, right? And any question is welcome. So let's click next. I hope everyone's done. So now there's a question coming your way. So this is 60 GB disk, virtual disk that we're about to create for a virtual machine which we are creating, right? So 200 GB. Now 200 GB virtual disk will be created for this virtual machine on your laptop. Now the question is that suppose your laptop has 5 GB free space left is it a good idea to create a 200 GB virtual disk here?
No,
Is it a good idea or bad idea?
it won't even work.
It won't even work. Anyone else? So yeah, you say that. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're not right. So I'm not sure.
There's
Yeah.
a setting to make it not understand the data, right?
What is this called?
Scalable
It will work.
drive.
Why it will work?
No, it doesn't take up the space until you actually use it.
What is it called? Exactly. You're right. There's that headache. There's a topic for that. There's a word for that. That's called thin provisioning. Thin provisioning or dynamically expanding. So let's talk about that. Now, what are we talking about? So if I put here 10,000 or 100,000 or 1,000, it will not occupy that much physical space on your physical disk because of the concept called thin provisioning or dynamically expanding, right? So, well, we're not going to go that way. 200. But what is that? So if you go down here and I'll just go for paint, brush, that's okay. So thin provisioning, guys, this will obviously come in the quiz. The main thing is, do we understand for the when we go to the job, because they do ask that. These are very common questions in the interview. I've taken interviews in Scotiabank for different administrators, and these are some of the basic ones. And if you're not able to answer those, that's a very bad news. So thin provisioning, we can so only the software being installed occupies the physical space. There are many other definitions. You can go for that too on the internet. On the physical space on the physical disk, right? So physical and virtual disk, there are two types. So the thing is that we are installing which software? Windows Server 2012, right? And anyone knows what space it occupies after installation? 10 GB, 8 GB, I guess. So we have given 200 GB. So it just occupies whatever the software needs, right? But then what is this? Obviously the opposite of that, or not thick provisioning, right? So thick provisioning is exactly, it occupies all the space mentioned on that page. So this software, VMware Workstation, is a training software, right? So it is by default set up on thin provisioning. You put any size there, it's not going to occupy on your physical disk. It's going to occupy whatever you install as a software. Suppose later you install MS Office or Photoshop or Autodesk. That's heavy, right? So that's going to be 10 GB more, 20 GB more, whatever you install, it just occupies that space. That is thin provisioning. Now, VMware calls it thin provisioning. Microsoft calls it dynamically expanding. Same concept. Expanding. So, well, in HyperV, I'm going to call the same concept as dynamically expanding, dynamic expanding. And in VMware, I'm going to call it, the more knowledgeable you are, the better you'll survive in the market. The less knowledge, others who have more knowledge will get that job, right? That job, the ideal job, right? So that's the thing. Same for thick provisioning, but you understand what we're talking about and why did we go ahead. So why did we put that 200 there, and why not just 60 GB? So all that 200, because we can put any kind of space. There's no particular reason I put 200. You can put 300. You can put 100, 500, up to you, right? The thing is, do we understand what we're doing, right? Any questions? Most welcome, right? Okay, so thin provision, thick provisioning. If we go back to that, this one, yeah. So we are having 200 GB here, and single file, multiple file. Single file is that this 200 GB virtual disk, it will be a single file. It will keep on growing up till 200 GB. It will keep on growing as a single file. Now, good luck copying that over the network. Suppose the boss says, hey, can you copy that virtual disk to me on my laptop over the network? So 200 GB, one big file, copying over the network, not a lot of chances that it's going to really reach the other end. But then the multiple file just means that it will grow up to 200 GB, but it will be divided into 4 GB chunks. 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB, right? So when it's growing, if it's 3 GB, okay, more data, 4 GB. Now then another file will be created, which is 4 GB. Then another file, then another file. So we understand what we're talking about? So multiple files or single file. Now, I don't think we're gonna be, it's gonna be really messy when you go inside the folder of that machine which has multiple files. So I'm gonna stick to a single file here and 200 GB, but we do understand what we're talking about, right? So single file, it just grows as one single file. But if you wanna copy, then get a 1 terabyte external drive and copy from there. Or good luck over the network if you have fiber optic cables, something like that. Very fast network. Oh, since you asked, so let's take a screenshot.
So we are all putting 200 GB.
Yes, everyone, please put 200 GB. So label?
No, 200 will work.
Yeah, just a 200. Yeah, put the 200. Okay, guys, if we have selected exactly like I selected here, then take a screenshot number 3. But yeah, that also means that if there are 10 screenshots, we go, right? Well, it's not hard and fast rule, but I'm just, you know.
You want us to do single file?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's single file. Everyone done? So what's the label of that screenshot? It is the virtual disk space. So let me just put that there.
How do you show your name on the screenshot?
This one, yeah, we can skip. So this one doesn't have a place to put a name or show a name of anything else behind it. So screenshot number 3 is just a virtual disk size. Virtual disk size. Okay, 7 more to go, right? Now I'm gonna just take a break from screenshots and we'll keep doing that. So, okay guys, if you've got the third screenshot there, then let's minimize that, and you got the label there as well. So now we're gonna go for a single file and 200 GB, but if you understand, you can just go for anything. But for screenshot purpose, yes, go for single file. Okay, so let's click next. Now let's do some shopping, right? Let's go for customized hardware. So since I did not click finish, obviously nobody clicked finish, right? That's good. We're following the Einstein rule, right? I no click, you no click. Cool. So let's click that customized hardware, and that's a lot of things to do. Suppose you're in a computer market, computer shop, you go for, oh, I need a 10 Gbps network card, or I need a 100 Gbps network card, really good speed over the network, or I need actually 1 terabyte RAM. Wow, 1 terabyte RAM, seriously. Okay, so let's go for, now you have 16 GB RAM, everyone. No one has less than that, right? Okay, oh, it's a requirement, you told me that. Okay, so now there's that memory. Now we will be having 3 machines. So virtualization, admin, administrator, you're the administrator of your environment, right? So these machines have different applications, and you might want to have that calculation in your mind that out of my total of 16 GB RAM, how much to give which virtual machine, right? So because we need to survive with all 3 or maybe 4 in the future virtual machines, so we're gonna temporarily change the RAM according to our need. Oh, there's another machine. Okay, let's just reduce the RAM of the your first name Win01 and increase the RAM of your first name A6I01 later. So right now we need to really install it a bit faster. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for 10 GB RAM here temporarily, so it could install faster. 10244. If you put here 10244, it goes exactly 10. Okay, so 10 GB RAM here, or 10244, temporarily we're doing that. You can go for 12 as well, but we just want it to finish faster. So once that is done, let's go for processor, right? We're good, right? So any question? Most welcome. So number of processors here. So if I choose 1 and go for number of cores per processor as 2, what does that mean anyway? 1 processor, 2 cores. What is it? What does that mean? What are we doing? Which is physically it is 1 processor, physically 1 socket, and you are dividing it into 2 portions, 2 cores, and each core will act as an independent processor, right? 4 core, so 4 portions of a physical chip, and 4 independent processors are there. 8 core, 16 core, 32 core, then it goes up to that. Well, you have all i7 quad core, right? So that's a lot already. It's heavy. So it's just the RAM is a problem. So we can just go for 2 processors and keep it 1 core. Isn't that the same thing?
We have one processor.
Do we have 1 processor? So this software can use your i7 quad core. So 2 cores, 1 processor here can use 1 core of your physical processor. Second core can use second processor, virtual processor here can use the second core of your i7 quad core. Quad core. How many cores are there? Quad. 4 cores, right? So we can just go this way as well, but don't stick to this one, right? And do you see this virtualized Intel VT? Ever saw this option before? When you purchase your laptop and you were installing a virtual machine, it might have showed you that this virtualization is not enabled. So where did you go to enable the virtualization? BIOS, exactly. I think everyone knows how to go to BIOS, right? Okay, so this is that option. We need to enable virtualization in this Windows machine. Why? We need to install the hypervisor of Microsoft. It is called HyperV, right? So you must remember that. VMware's hypervisor is ESXi. Microsoft's hypervisor is HyperV, right? We're gonna repeat that so many times you're gonna be okay. You're gonna have nightmares about that. Yeah.
So how about like an older power saving i7 which has 2 cores and hyper-threading? Should I still follow with this or just?
Yeah, you can just go for the way you want. So 1% 2 cores as well. Doesn't matter.
What if we have an i5?
Hey, everyone's supposed to have i7, so that's already 5 marks cut here. Just kidding. No, you have i5,
Yeah.
which is okay. I mean, 1% 2 cores. You can go for that one.
People are doing that.
A lot of people have i5, which is okay. But I just wanted to know when I was asking, everyone has i7, so there was silence, which means you're very modest or you don't want to tell me. Maybe I will do something about it. So, guys, how many have i5? It's okay because I'm thinking about i7, so I'm doing the labs according to i7 in my mind, right? If it's i5, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna be that big difference. But let me know if everyone's doing the lab and somehow you guys are, affected by that. So i5 is okay. Doesn't matter. i5 is okay. Alright, guys. So hey, everyone has 16 GB RAM, right?
There's gonna be a lot of people with 8 gigs.
Okay.
I'm telling you that now. Yeah, like, you think people have 16
Really?
gigs? That's like 1,000.
Okay.
It's over.
Okay. It's so, guys.
Yeah.
So how many has 8 GB RAM? Can you raise your hand? It's okay. I'm not gonna cut your marks or anything, right? 8 GB RAM. How many? Oh, don't be shy. It's okay. Teacher. Because I'm gonna create virtual machines. Okay. 3, right? Only 3 have 8 GB RAM, right? 4 have 8 GB RAM. 5 have 8 GB RAM. 6 have. Why can't we raise hand at the same time? It works like this. Like this, right? So at the same time would be better, right? So how many have 8 GB RAM? It's okay. I'm not 60. Oh, okay. So okay, I got it. So half of the class, kind of half of the class, has 8 GB RAM. So yeah, I will accommodate that, right? That's why I want you to tell me what is the configuration here, because I will help you, right? I'm not gonna cut your marks or anything, so don't hide your hardware configuration from me, because it's lab time. In lab, I need to know what is your configuration. According to that, I'm gonna start doing it. So those who have 8 GB RAM, just go ahead on Monday, purchase 8 more. Good luck. Just kidding. No, just kidding. So the thing is that it gets complicated now. 12 is 4 marks less already. Just kidding. Okay. 12 is good. Any RAM is good. So anyone has less than 8 GB? Now I'm gonna seriously cut your marks for that. Anyone is less than 8 GB? It's okay. Just let me know so I can accommodate for you. It's gonna be your benefit that I know that your hardware configuration. I'm gonna help you then, right? I'm gonna help you with the lab, not purchasing the RAM. Right? Okay. I'm not very rich. So anyway, okay guys. So if you got this, so don't go for 10 GB RAM then. Obviously, don't go for 10 GB RAM then. Let's go for 4 GB RAM. Sorry, 6 GB RAM. Anyone has 6 GB RAM? I heard someone here saying 6, which is kind of, so okay guys, let's go for 6 GB RAM. And does it work with 6244?
Can I keep 10 if I want to?
Yes, those who want to keep 10, go ahead, keep 10. Those who have 8 GB, go for 6 GB. Don't put 8 GB full if you just have 8 GB, because you need to give some breathing space for the operating system as well. Yes, sir.
You have like 32. Can you bump it?
Whoa, blown away.
Wow, big flex.
32. Wow. NASA. It's rightly called NASA.
Big money right here.
32 gigs of RAM, but a i5.
Which is good. Which is still good. So 32 GB. Well, we want to make it faster, so go for 16. I also have 32. But so guys, one more thing that I always say at the start of any IT course: if you want to survive in the field of IT, if you want to stay in the field of IT, you need to have a good hardware first, right? So start planning it. That even the cloud lab, cloud is totally in somebody else's data center. All the labs, some virtual machines you have to download, and those machines minimum require 16 GB RAM that you need to download. So you will get a job there. But before that, suppose that interview for the cloud job there, and so many interviews are going on in GTA for Microsoft Azure Cloud, right? Already. That's why I'm pushing you to give that certification now, because so many of my students in other colleges are doing that, and they're passing the exam, and some of them got the interview call as well. So Microsoft Azure certification you must do as soon as possible. You need the material, let me know. Anyway, so the thing is that if I go over 6244 here, for those who have 8 GB, you can just go for 6244 here. Others can go for 16 or 10, up to you. So nothing hard and fast here. So those who have 8, you can just go for 6.11. But just let me know what is your hardware requirement, and I'll accommodate, right? I'll just go that way. According to that, I'll just mold the lab, right? So anyway, so the processor is 2 processor, 1 core, and then virtualize Intel VT. I think everyone has clicked that, right? Everyone has clicked that. Virtualize Intel VT. So then we go for network adapter. Now, are we all connected to, or some are connected to Wi-Fi, some are connected to Ethernet, right? So how is the Wi-Fi speed here?
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay, good.
Right now it's taking a beating, but
Oh yeah, it's peak time. Okay, so there's that in the network. You have bridge here. Now bridge option, what does it do? It exposes your virtual machine to a physical network here. We don't want that. Suppose somebody is sitting in another lab and doing a sniffer and running a sniffer can detect your virtual machine because you put it on bridge. At home, this virtual machine can be pinged and accessible from any other device at home. So you're on your physical network with this virtual machine. If you put it on bridge, we're not going to do that, right? So then NAT, this is easy, right? Everyone knows what's NAT, right? Uncle Nat. NAT is what? It does what?
so there's more than 4 billion IP addresses.
So NAT does
So you have your normal network, and then within that network essentially makes a local one.
Good.
So that you can have more hosts.
Exactly. So as you said, NAT is you have one public IP, and it translates that connection to all the private IPs. So Durham College, if the Durham College has maybe 2,000 computers here, right, or 4,000 or 10,000 laptops here, they all need IP, they all need internet, right? So NAT protocol, because of that, they just need to purchase few public IPs. Public IPs are purchased from the ISP, right? Internet service provider, right? So they just have to have 4 or 5 or 6 maybe public IPs, and then this protocol NAT sends internet through that protocol. Every private IP which is not accessible from internet can get the internet. Okay, so host only, what is that? Host only is that this virtual machine that we're about to create is going to be communicating with the host. Anyone knows what is the host here? Who is the host in our lab? The laptop, the Windows 10. right? The Windows 10 or Windows 7 inside the laptop, that is host only. Okay, let's take a screenshot number 4. No, I just wanted your attention. There's no screenshot. Okay. So, okay, guys, here, custom. What is custom? So everyone's gone through Cisco, right? I hope everyone has gone through Cisco courses, topics. So what is VLAN? It does what? So there's one physical switch, and there are 8 port switch. So you can isolate some ports in the switch. So suppose I go for a switch here. So Cisco switch and images, and I'll grab this one. Thank you. And if that switch is here, so suppose you have a lot of virtual machines, well, a lot of physical machines, one machine connected to one port, second machine connected to the second port. There are 16 ports or 24 ports here, right? So, and there are some machines connected to each port, physical machines. So what happens is that they are talking to each other, they are sharing files with each other, right? So how about you create a VLAN? The boss says, hey, the half of the machines on this side of the switch and half of the machine on the other side of the switch, they must not communicate with each other. So you create a VLAN here. Okay, that was a wrong tool. So you create a VLAN here. This means that this is VLAN 2 from now on. This is VLAN 3, VLAN 2. I'm trying to write with mouse. I'm practicing that. So VLAN 3. So this side of computers on the same switch will not be able to communicate with this side of computers on the same switch, or the other side of the computer on the same switch. So that is VLAN. If in the quiz it comes, so beware that what it means, right? So in our lab, what has our lab to do with VLAN? So if we go back to our lab here, so you can see that if you drop down this, I hope everyone's seeing this, VMnet 0 up to VMnet 19. We're all seeing that, right? So if suppose we have 3 virtual machines there, so 2 virtual machines are on VMnet 13, suppose, and the other 2 virtual machines are on VMnet 12, suppose, what will happen? They cannot communicate. VMnet 13 virtual machines cannot communicate with VMnet 12 virtual machines. So in our network, when I ask you to create a virtual machine, so maybe when you're creating a virtual machine, you forgot that we are giving VMnet 15 to our virtual machines. If the new virtual machine has VMnet 0 or 1 or 2, it won't be able to communicate. So you won't be able to go ahead with our lab. You need to know that these are VLANs, and every virtual machine must be on same VMnet. Same VMnet, right? So without, if I select 15 here, there's no reason for that. I'm just selecting 15 for no reason. But we understand each VMnet, these are 19 networks here. Suppose you have 2 virtual machines in 12, 2 in 13, 2 in 14. They are totally different networks now, right? So let's go for VMnet 15 here and select that for no particular reason. We just understand what it is, right? What does it do? So if you understand that, we're good. So you can see that we have selected here, if I click somewhere else, if you click somewhere else here, go ahead and click the sound card. Then click back. So you will see that VMnet 15 that we selected is showing here. So memory is 6 GB or whichever you give. Processor is 2 and sound card, and then VMnet 15 is there. Has everyone selected that? So whatever you selected there, according to your RAM capacity, take a screenshot. Okay, hey, you know what? Where's the name here? Wait. Oh, it doesn't even show that. Okay, that's also a nameless one. So if your RAM processor, oh, your name is actually showing here, right?
No. That's your server 2016 from the previous class.
That's another class.
You're sharp. That's very good. Okay, so here, RAM whatever, processor 2, network adapter, VMnet 15.
Under users, it has our name. Or mine does.
Oh.
For the CD data.
Oh, that.
CD, DVD, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, only if your folder has
Yeah, only if your folder has it.
Yeah.
Mine is
Otherwise,
the desktop, so no.
Good. You guys are smart. Okay, guys, take a screenshot number 4 here. Configuration of Windows VM. Label is, so take a screenshot here, and label is configuration of Windows VM. configuration of Windows VM. So I'm just gonna label that. Ooh, I did not connect my charger. Okay, so it's it's late in the day. We should have some yawns. So configuration of what was it? Configuration of Windows VM. Yeah. Okay. So that's screenshot number 4. 6 to go home. Right. Okay. So if that is done, we're on the same page. Let's go ahead. Configuration of Windows VM well, I'll minimize that. And if you're done with that, so nothing else is required. The CD already has that ISO. USB sound card, printer, display, we don't need that. I mean, like, there's nothing to change here. We need that, but there's nothing to change here. So if you have taken that screenshot, let's go ahead and press close. And there you go. So you know what? The screenshot was supposed to be taken for this, right? Why? Your name is there.
But it has the name of the computer.
Your name is there, right? Okay, that's gonna be okay. So take a screenshot here and discard the last screenshot. Sorry, won't happen again. So discard the last screenshot, but take a screenshot here. Why? Because that's a configuration, same label.
My location is just at the desktop, so it's not.
What about the name of all the locations? Yeah. It literally says name.
Oh, it does. My bad.
So discard the last screen. It is still screenshot number 4, but it's showing the configuration, and it has your name, right?
Yes.
All right, that's great. Done, right? Okay, so if you've taken a screenshot here with the configuration clearly showing here now, and we're good. So let's click finito, right? Okay, depends on who gave what RAM. It's gonna start installation. Oh, it's already 3 o'clock. Well, we can save our time by starting the ESXi hypervisor, but we gave a lot of RAM to this one. We can do simultaneous installation here, right? We can, but it's gonna really, yeah, you got it. Ouch.
So what's your physical memory of your laptop?
Threw it all at it.
How much you get?
Oh, there it is.
You get
Yours froze?
It looked like it was a message.
oh, good. You sure it's 8 or is it 4?
It's like
Well, let's press OK and change the RAM to 4.
Anyone else got an error?
Says this class.
Oh, okay.
So change the RAM to 4. You got 8.
like speed. How much RAM did you add?
That's
Yeah. Did you
I had 16. Mine was like a lot faster than this.
yeah, well.
Everything is like
Next time I'll just add 30 and 30. Absolutely no reason.
Yeah, there's like a certain level of diminishing returns.
I know.
Like odds of 10.
Like 16 was way faster. So I'm catching up.
got an error? Or a problemo? So we're choosing GUI, guys. We're choosing GUI, graphical user interface. We're not choosing core, right?
Oh, you got bamboozled back.
Oh well, yeah. It waits for you for 20 seconds, and then it just start again.
93? Oh, Jeremy slowed down right quick. He said 55. Ram advantage.
Oh, it's starting. It's not starting at all. Go ahead.
Demonics, VMware free?
It's a permission. That's your laptop, right? That's start.
Using 16 gigs of RAM every time it's on.
Yeah, I think it reserves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm at 95% memory usage right now.
Windows memory diagnostics.
Task manager.
If I fix it, it's fine.
Have you ever used memory diagnostic? No.
You have to make sure that your RAM is broken.
Oh, okay.
That's what that is.
Yeah, I'm using 61%. Using 19 gigs. Full gigs. I hate this new Windows. The night whatever the hell it is. Everybody does. I got it because I used to just be able to type RAM and it worked. So the fact that it didn't even I'll give you
It was funny, the thing that locks out the security options that bring up Task Manager and change user and stuff like that. My malware bites found it and determined, because I was like flipping out, I'm like, why can't I get the Task Manager? It's like, you don't have a security option. It's like, fuck you, I don't. And then I'm like, alright, maybe I have a virus. See, I didn't. It's like, no, those are actual Windows programs, but pick them up, disable them.
Hey, it's all there.
Hey, mine
He hasn't
is.
given us any direction to go with, right?
Okay, what did you put in? You put that performance and all the stuff on the page. Well, this computer, its battery, I found out the graphics card, now that I bought one, it's a 3800 milliamp. 38,000 milliamp.
They actually weird measurement for a laptop.
So guys, do you see this? VMware Tools?
Nope.
Oh, you're in the process right now.
No, I'm done. It didn't pop up. It never does. I've never seen that before.
Oh, that's my operating system. Oh, okay. So
VMware 14 Pro.
yeah, you got 15, right? You got 15. So guys, if you don't see that, I'm gonna keep it there because VMware Tools need to be installed in your virtual machine. What are VMware Tools? Anyone knows? It introduces advanced features and user-friendly features as well. So VMware Tools are a must in production environments, in the companies as well. Whenever you create a virtual machine, you must install VMware Tools. It's a must thing, right? So my operating system has that, and VMware Workstation has that. Yes, sir.
We can't install VMware Tools on Windows Server 2012 because we're missing an update and we can't update our Windows Server 2012.
It's 15.5 or 15?
No, it's
VMware Workstation version.
the Windows 2012 update.
Yeah, I
That's the
understand.
problem I've run into. I don't know about anybody else.
You're right, actually, and I saw that in other places as well.
When mine installed, it didn't show the screen saying, hey,
Which is
cancel.
okay. Doesn't matter. Because my operating system is, ISO is different than
Yours
here.
is fully updated.
Kinda, yeah. Well, actually, I'm just gonna discover that now because I'm gonna press yes, and yeah, it works. So this means you guys need my operating system, right? ISO. VMware Tools. Ah, you guys have mix of ISOs as well. It's not the same source, right? You got it from your neighbor or friend or something. Friend? Ah, so the college does not provide ISO?
No.
What's going on? Okay.
The one that they gave us broken.
Yeah.
Oh.
They gave us broke, so we had to buy our own. Yeah.
Ouch.
Like
Really?
to get it all configured correctly.
So we are having different ISOs here. Ouch. That's not good. Okay. Discovery going on. Not good. So if we don't install VMware Tools, if you're unable to install VMware Tools, what will happen? If I ask you to copy something inside the machine, it's not going to copy that, right? Without VMware Tools. That's a problem. So, well, let's see how many. So everyone is installed operating system? So anyone still going on?
Oh, mine's still installed.
Yours installed? Yours installed?
I gave it 10 gigabytes too.
Me? No, I've been done for like.
And NASA is done?
I'm all done.
Oh, okay.
The
Oh, it's not done?
No, it is done. 16 gigs got me there real quick.
Wow, that's like blown away. Okay, so Uno. Okay, so let's get going. Dashboard here. Everyone there in the dashboard? And then add rows and features, right? And next, I think we've seen that role a million times. So let's click next. Nothing here. And oh, that's a weird name. But we did not rename, right? So I need to rename that machine. So guys, cancel out, because we're going to be using that machine throughout the course, right? So right now is the time to really put everything in place. So cancel out and just change the name. So local server, let's go to local server. And you see that computer name here. So let's change that computer name, right? So it's, let's go ahead and click that and click the change button. And then your first name, Win01. Your first name, Win01. Go ahead and put that. Your first name, Win01. Go ahead, press OK, restart. Right. No, not yet. But now we can go for a command called Who Am I? In the back of every screenshot, and it will tell you which account you're logged in from. But that's the account name and the computer name. Or host name command can give you the name of the computer as well. Yes, go ahead and restart, guys. Yes, you're right. So press OK here. Go ahead and restart. After that, every screenshot will have your name there, so I would know that it's your screenshot, right? So let's click close and restart. Yay! Okay. So I'm trying to learn that how far can we go with the course in terms of complicated labs. Like vCenter is a big application, and I discovered today that we might not have enough RAM for that, some of us. Otherwise, I really want you to know that. Because we can go easy, I mean, go get the marks and bye-bye, right? But if you learn something from here, it's going to be beneficial for you. It's good for you that you learn something that is actually in the market, implemented and required right now. But we can go easy and, you know. Okay, so if it's restarted here, I hope it's restarted for everyone. Yeah, right? Okay, so if you go to the local server, we see this, right? So your name is there. Now, okay, let me just put some other information before we go for HyperV. And I'll go for that most advanced applications of all times, MS Paint. So here, we're going for your first name, Win01, that's the name of the machine, and your IP, we need to give static IP, right? So 200.1, 192.168.200.1 will be the IP, subnet mask 255.2, well, 255.255.0. Now we're giving a fake gateway. We don't need a gateway here. What is a gateway anyway? What does it do? Yeah. So gateway is you can send data from your organization through the gateway to internet, and from internet the data could come through the gateway device to you. So if your data is leaving your organization, you use gateway for that. We are giving gateway because actually we don't need that, but because you're going to see that gateway IP is populated in your production environments. Otherwise we can just keep it. So I'm just going to still put that. So first one is IP here, sorry, IP equals this. Second one is SM, which is subnet mask. Third one is GW, gateway, and that's the same, it's pointing to itself. And then PD, just like NYPD, right? No, PD is preferred DNS. So preferred DNS is 192.168.200.1 as well. Why? Anyone knows what is preferred DNS? Yes. So if you need name resolution services, if you want to access any printer or computer over the network by name, your request goes to DNS first, right? So what we are saying with this IP here, that the DNS we intend to install in this server in future. We're going to install the DNS role here as well. We're going to properly configure it according to how we configure in data centers, right? In production environments. So let's give that static IP, but we must know what are we doing and why we are doing that, right? Any questions? Any questions are welcome, right? So let's give that static IP. So critical resources in the network always require static IP. Only non-critical resources you can give IP from DHCP, which we already know what is that, right? DHCP. Anyone knows the abbreviation of DHCP?
Yeah.
Which is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol.
Dynamic host configuration protocol.
Exactly, Dynamic Host. Perfect. See, you knew that. Okay. So Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, DHCP. What does it do? Automatic. Exactly as you said. Automatically gives IP addresses. Are we using DHCP every day?
Yes.
At home? In the restaurant? Yeah. Okay. So we're not going to go DHCP because that's for non-critical resources. We're going to go static. So we're going to give static IP here. So local server here, and we are here. If everyone's there, you can see the Ethernet 0 here, right? So IPv4 address assigned by DHCP. No, we don't need that. So let's click that. So we're on Ethernet 0, right? I hope everyone's there. Double click that. Go to properties. And out of a bad habit, I'm unchecking V6. You know why? Because when we ping, suppose I tell you troubleshoot, hey guys, can you ping your machines right now? And you say, no, I cannot. Or yes, I can. Whenever you're troubleshooting, if it gives you IPv6 address, that's something that we're not used to understanding. What is exactly saying? What this address means. So that's why we're going to go for IPv4. When you ping, it's going to give you IPv4 address. You can troubleshoot better that way. But the planet is going towards IPv6 because it has how many IPs? Anyone knows that? Some undecillion. You know, that's the word actually. Undecillion. You know, there's a million, there's a billion, there's a trillion, and up 7 levels up is undecillion. 7, 8, 9 level up. Oh, I need to count that too. Okay, so let's double click that IPv4 here, this one. Let's double click that and use the following IP address and what we put in the diagram. 192.168.200.1 tab. When you press the tab key on the keyboard, you get that subnet mask populated automatically, right? Tab again, 192.168.200.1. There is a fake gateway. We don't need that gateway. Our traffic will not go through this IP. There is no device in the that has that IP right now. Actually, it's our device, but it's not gateway. So and then tab, and we go for preferred DNS 192.168.200.1. Why are we putting that? Because in future we are deciding to put the DNS role on this machine. So have we all put in this IP? Okay, can you see your name way behind here? Yes, you can. This tab up there, is it showing your name there? Yes? Okay, so that's your screenshot number 5. If it's showing your half name, that's also okay.
It just
It's not showing your name.
His name starts with SP.
It's SP.
Oh, your name starts with SP. That's good enough. That's good enough. Yeah. So take a screenshot number 5, I guess. 5, and that is IP of Windows VM. So that's IP of Windows VM, and it must be showing your name in the back. So take a screenshot here. I hope you've put in this static IP here and take a screenshot here. So I'll just put that label, IP of Windows VM, right? Screenshot number 5. Oh, we need to fast forward now. Serious. See, that's why I'm so used to 4-hour labs that I didn't even know that 2 hours passed. Screenshot of Windows. Well, IP of Windows VM. So IP. Okay. So if you have put in that information, hey, that's 5. We need to get some screenshots quick now. Okay, screenshot 5 equals IP of Windows VM. If everyone's done with that, let's go ahead. Go ahead and press OK here. Go ahead and press OK here. And that's it. OK here as well. We got the static IP, right? So we don't need that. Close. OK, 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 close, right? And close, close. Okay, I do echo as well. Yeah. So here we got firewall here, and normally we understand that firewall will block every incoming traffic, and it allows every outbound traffic, right? From machine to outside, it's open. Right now, we don't need to mess with the firewall, but later we need to turn it off. So we got the Ethernet 0. Let's just refresh that, and you can see the IP that you've given there. So that done, we also need, before we introduce any Hyper-V, we need to introduce the most critical infrastructure role, and that is DNS, right? So let's go ahead. If we can create a domain controller for that, that will install a DNS for us. Yeah, Active Directory takes longer. So yeah, you're right. Actually, we don't need domain controller for virtualization. So let's just go for the role DNS. So let's go to the dashboard here, guys, and add roles and features again. We're adding a role called DNS, which obviously you know already. So let's click add roles and features. Oops, really bad. Next, next, next. Oh, there's your name, right? Okay. When I see the name, I just tempted to say, hey, take a screenshot. Okay, anyway. DNS, and so put the DNS, add features, and there's a Hyper-V. No, let's leave Hyper-V because I need to explain something during the installation of Hyper-V. That is, you need to know separately, right? So DNS server, select that and click next. That's it. Nothing in the features, right? Next. Nothing here on the DNS server. Next. Click restart. If there's a pending restart, it will restart, otherwise it won't. So just click that option and press yes. And install. So this is an empty DNS. We need to really populate it. So for that, we need to create a zone. We need to name it something, like a company name, like bitcoin.rich or bitcoin.com or Ethereum. Anyone has Bitcoin? You're my best friend.
I'd be here if I had Bitcoin.
How much is it? 8,000?
I don't know. It was 8,000 like months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like that, 6, 7, or 8,000. Who was collecting bitcoins when everyone was joking about this? Wow.
I had a chance to.
Don't tell me.
I didn't do it.
Ah, you had a chance? Go back in time and do that now.
A friend of mine was trying to get me into it in like 2012.
Oh, I missed the chance as well, definitely. Friends were asking. Yep.
My friend, he taught me about Bitcoin in 2012.
Oh.
At the time, it was like 21 cents or something.
Yep.
And
Oh,
he was talking about criminal activities,
Oh.
like buying illegal stuff. So I went and started the dark net and all. That's when I was like, okay, no.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's what it was for.
Exactly. We didn't have that faith on that.
Currency, man. No
Like-
banks.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So there it is. DNS done. Let's click close. Is it done for everyone?
It's still installing on mine.
Oh.
No, I mean I could hit close, but it's still installing.
No, no, don't close without installing. Guys, all done on this side? Okay. So, our screenshot. Whoa, actually, we need some screenshots quick now. 340, seriously? Okay.
What do we need 10 for?
That's a number that I stick with. Otherwise, no, we don't need 10. There's no hard and fast rule. Yeah, we can just have 5. No problem. Then we can also have 15. This means. Okay. Anyway, close. So then we quickly configure the DNS. So let's go to Tools here and go to this DNS console. Let's go to Tools and click the DNS console. I hope everyone's there. Once we click the DNS console here, so that's expand that, and you can see forward lookup zone, reverse lookup zone, trust points, and conditional forwarders. And you can just click the forward lookup zone. Nothing is configured here because we're going to create a zone name here that our ESXi hypervisor, our HyperV hypervisor will take, and the virtual machines we're going to create inside those 2 hypervisors. They will also take that name when we give them, when we create A records for them. So here, forward lookup zone, let's right click here quickly and go to new zone. I hope everyone's there. Go to new zone and then next. So there's a primary zone, secondary zone. Primary zone is for, it's a read and write copy of the DNS. Secondary zone is a read-only copy of the DNS. Stub zone is used for small branches. So let's keep it primary zone and click next. Okay, we need to give something here. So how about your first name, zone.local. So whenever a virtual machine needs to have an A record to be accessed by name, we're going to create an A record, and your virtual machine will actually end up with this name, right? So by name, if you want to access that virtual machine, we're creating a zone for that in DNS. So let's, if you have put in that name, let's take your screenshot number 6, and that is DNS zone. That's it, DNS zone. So if I go back there, it's screenshot number 6, and that is DNS zone. Okay guys, screenshot number 6 done. 3:43, 17 minutes. Whoa. Okay, so let's get going. DNS zone is there. Screenshot taken. Let's keep going. The name is DNS zone, right? Okay, so if you've given that name, click next, and it will create a file inside. It's kind of a database file there. It's gonna, whatever you do in DNS is saved here. So click next. Now it says here, allow both non-secure and secure dynamic updates. Let's click that. If you had a second DNS there, so it will automatically, dynamic means automatic, it will automatically update the second DNS. And non-secure just means that Active Directory does not know this DNS because there is no Active Directory. So it is considered non-secure. It will be considered secure if it is joined, the machine is joined to the domain. That's what we need to know here. Okay, so second one is okay. Click next. And finito. Okay, so forward lookup zone is created, and if you double click that, so your name is created there, your name zone is created there, and we need to have the A record of our virtual machine here before we set up any hypervisor here or virtual environment. So you need to have your own machine's A record already there. So why don't we just right click here, and there's an A record. Anyone knows what's an A record? And what's the purpose of A record? Yeah, keep track of the name. So DNS maintains the IP and name of every machine in the network if you have added that machine to the DNS. So A record is only name and IP, name and IP, name and IP, name and IP. You have 10,000 machines, 10,000 names and IPs there. So if you have a name and IP of a machine in a DNS, you will be able to access that machine over the network by name. Otherwise, you have to use IP. So let's go for new host A record here. And do we know the name of our machine? We gave it just now, right? So give that name, and that is your first name, Win01. I guess that's the one, right? Your first name, Win01, is We're all confirmed, right? That's what we went for, right? So you can see that already it has added the FQDN, fully qualified domain name, and give the static IP, which is 192.168.200.1. Okay, so once the proper DNS configuration is in place, then only we're good with the hyper virtualization environment, because virtualization environment obviously totally depends on the DNS as well. So we must have. So we're not creating a pointer record here because we did not configure reverse lookup zone yet, right? So let's click add host, and the host record this record was created successfully. Press OK here and done. So you got that record created here. And what we can do is that we can go for reverse lookup zone. So forward lookup zone resolves IP address, computer name to IP addresses, and reverse lookup zone resolves IP address to computer names. It's the opposite of that, right? So let's right click on reverse lookup zone, new zone, next. And this is the primary zone. So we have gone through that already, but we're going for reverse lookup zone, right? So next, IPv4 reverse lookup zone, next. And it just needs the IP range of our network, which is 192.168.200. It's not interested in the client IP. It's just interested in the IP range. Wow, some of us are not doing the lab. Amazing. Why? You're doing the lab? Oh, you guys are doing the lab? Oh, I was like, oh, you're not. You are? Oh, you're in the DNS? Oh, you just got in because of the installation was slow?
Yeah.
So it's because installation is slow? That's right. Oh man, really? And it's still installing, or? It is still installing. Okay, that laptop is mine from now on. I'll format it and I'll use it for my own purpose. Kidding. What? Okay. So click next. So guys, those who were not able to upload now the Word document, please give me a reason there. And it's okay, you can just do this lab by following the video before the next class, which is, you got enough time, Friday, right? Before Friday. Yeah, so I just need the screenshots now at the end of the class for you to get full marks for today's lab. And those who are not able to do that, please show me what's going on. After that, I can just say that, okay, I'll not cut your half marks.
Just the 6 screenshots then? Or just whatever we did?
3:48, we have 12 minutes. We can go to moon and come back. Not, okay.
I don't believe that.
No, in 3-4 decades, maybe somebody discovers something like that. Yeah, in movies it happens, right? Okay, let's click next. Yeah, portal or something. So guys, are we all here? Allow both non-secure and secure dynamic updates. All right. So let's click next. And finito. So you got reverse lookup zone and forward lookup zone. So when we install later hypervisor of ESXi, it will be totally dependent on this DNS, right? For us to access the hypervisor by name. And the virtual machines we're going to create inside both hypervisors, they will be, so we're going to access them by name as well. And this DNS here is very, very important here. So take a screenshot of this where it shows forward lookup zone is expanded, reverse lookup zone is expanded, right? So DNS configured is the label of the screenshot number 7. So in this exact format, take your screenshot number 7. So DNS configured is the label. Oh, 7. And the other 3 screenshots are your selfie being very nice and happy, right? If you send a sad selfie, it's -2 marks, right? Just kidding. Yeah. Don't put your selfie. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I took
Yeah. Oh, guys, this one. Take a screenshot, guys.
Do you want the?
Did we all take a screenshot of this?
Mine, yes.
Yeah. So, everyone, please take a screenshot of this.
This is
Yeah.
what mine looks like.
Done. Screenshot here, and wow, that's good. You're taking it on cell phone. You're good. Just follow that easily later. That's screenshot number 7. Oh man, 9 minutes. What do we do? We go ahead? Huh? Upload? Keep driving? Wow, man, that's a spirit.
If we start trying to install HyperV, I'm not going to finish.
No, we're not gonna do anything long. You're right about that. 9 minutes. Guys, we need to upload that now. So yeah, kind of.
Close next Friday though.
So what's next Friday?
Didn't you say close this next Friday? Let's just get one more screenshot in.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, one more screenshot. That's the demand here, which is very good. So
Hey, for once my computer works.
yeah. So let's go for that very long lab, which is HyperV installation. Just kidding. Okay. So I'll just go for something small here. And so we have DNS. Oh yes, NS lookup, right? So right click on top of the DNS name here, which is the server name, and you can see this. NS lookup means name server lookup. Search for the name server. NS lookup, right? So let's click that. I hope you're seeing that. Go ahead and click that. So right now it's showing you the correct IP, but not the correct name there. Now that's also a configuration that takes time. That you install reverse lookup zone, then well, you installed that already. You have to configure it in such a way that, which I'm sure in 8 minutes won't happen. But take a screenshot number 8 here, where NS lookup is not configured. So take a screenshot here. Yeah. So the name is NS lookup not configured. So we're gonna start exactly from here next Friday. And if we can do that lab in the lecture room, I'm not sure about that. Have you ever done a lab in a lecture room before? Never? Yes? Oh, that's good.
This is a
Finish our lecture in first hour, then we can do the.
No, the lecture room we had there.
As long as we're not doing cloud stack.
Yeah, you can't do the cloud stack from any other room other than these two, I think. Or maybe the ones downstairs.
So it's a rule not to do the.
No, you
The cloud stack.
physically can.
No, like yeah, because only these plugs connect to the cloud stack, and you have to be wired into the school to do it.
So what we're doing right now, we could do.
We could do
Because it's local, right?
Yeah, it's local. It doesn't matter.
What do you do in cloud stack?
Oh,
What courses?
It was the network.
Administration.
Oh, that. Oh, that's not related to our course.
basically just remote control VMs.
So guys, everyone, are you okay if we continue with our lab in the lecture instead of doing blah 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 me, and you're like okay, like I'm sure you were really listening, but let's bring our laptops in the lecture day Monday and continue our lab, because I am giving lectures with what we are doing, right? And some of the lectures will be long, some will be short, but we're gonna do the lab, so we're gonna learn by doing it, right?
You want us to hand this in as is?
What is the name
Yes.
of the last screenshot?
So last screenshot is NS lookup not configured. So on Monday,
There's no Dropbox for it.
oh, I didn't do that. Okay, yikes. In fact, you know what? I need to see that how to do that. Well, what's the name here? It's NS lookup not configured, right? So just put it in your MS Word document, and for the first week or the first upload, you can email me those MS Word. I'll have a huge spam here, but it's okay. So screenshot number 8 is NS lookup not configured. That's it. So we need to configure this. Why or how? But what is the objective of that? We need to have FQDN showing there. That's the way DNS is fully best practice wise. It is configured properly. NS lookup not configured. So guys, Monday we bring our laptops to the lecture room. We start 1 hour of lab plus lecture. So it's going to be continuously lab lecture, lab lecture, lab lecture. Don't worry about anything. Any question you want to ask me, ask away. I have given my email address, yeah, and the number. You can WhatsApp me, text me, anything, any problem with any other thing. you're doing the lab at home, just let me know where you're stuck. Just put that error screen there on WhatsApp and let me know. So this is my name, 647-554-9446. Yeah, so guys, you can now either send me a MS Word document or export it into PDF and send me that. It's up to you, on my email. And do we all know my email? Do I know my email? Yes. So it is on DC Connect. So just send that Word document. Now the subject of email, because I need next time I want you to upload to DC Connect. But right now subject would be week 1 lab dash Friday. Right? Yeah. Only this week. Only this Friday. Please send it to me on my email. Right? So the subject, please put that so I could know that which exact lab are you sending me. Week 1 lab Friday, because on Monday also we're gonna have lecture plus lab, right? So it's not just lecture. You're gonna be bored to death. I'm gonna be bored to death as well. So why don't we just do something that is going to be useful?
And name for the file.
So name of the file, I may have mentioned that. So your name of file equals your first name, college ID, week number, and day. Oh. So guys, put your MS Word document name, save it as this onwards. I'll put that there as well, that just put your MS Word document when you upload that as well. So obviously if you have done exactly what I've told you to do, you already got marks, right, for that. And those who are still going to submit, so this is easy, right? But the quiz will be tough, and practical exam might be the toughest. You're going to create the whole environment yourself. Good luck. I mean, I'm sure you're going to do that. You're smart. And yeah, it's going to be open book, so you'll be able to survive. Yeah, open book, but very less time. So you might not even have a time to see the book that is open. Okay, so guys, if you have sent me already, that's it. Thank you, and let's meet on Monday with laptops. Labs are still being done on Monday as well. Yes, sir. Oh,
Go to the class list and just send them an email.
yes, sir.
Is your name Amir or is it Sayed?
Yeah, it's the first name is Sayed.
Okay. Alright.
So you can call me Sayed or Amir, anyone. Yes, sir. Oh, there are the students staring at me. Yeah, from outside. So, hey guys, 359. Whoa. Okay, that's
Okay. When I was checking my the RAM over there, the settings of the RAM, it was saying 9.7 is the recommended maximum. I'm at 10.
Oh, okay. Go for 8 and it will be faster, much faster.
But can I change it while it's doing this?
No, you have to shut down start over.
Okay, that's fine.
But you will get the video, follow the whole video and take screenshots.
And did I have to email you regarding the fact that I wasn't able to complete it?
So guys, those who were not